Have you ever wondered how Bitcoin works? Or why everyone's talking about blockchain technology like it's going to change the world? Well, maybe it will. But first, we need to understand what blockchain actually is. And no, it's not just magic internet money or some weird tech buzzword. Today, we're diving deep into the world of blockchain. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll not only understand what blockchain is, but you'll be able to explain it to your friends at parties. And who doesn't want to be that person? So grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's demystify one of the most revolutionary technologies of our time. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is blockchain? In essence, blockchain is a special kind of database. But unlike traditional databases managed by a single entity like a company or government, a blockchain is distributed across many computers around the world. Think of it like a public ledger in a town square, but digital and on steroids. Imagine if everyone in town kept an identical copy of this ledger in their pocket. Whenever someone makes a transaction, all copies get updated simultaneously. If anyone tried to cheat and change past entries in their copy, everyone else would immediately spot the discrepancy because their ledgers wouldn't match. That's the magic of blockchain. It's a record of information that's practically impossible to change because the data isn't stored in just one place. But where did it all begin? The concept of blockchain was first outlined in 2008 by Satoshi Nakamoto, who we all know from the last video. It was introduced as the technology powering Bitcoin, the world's first cryptocurrency. But here's the mind-blowing part. While Bitcoin was the first application, blockchain technology has evolved far beyond just digital currency. Before we get into those applications, though, let's break down how this technology actually works. I promise it's more interesting than it sounds. Let's break it down into simple parts. As the name implies, blockchain is made up of blocks. Each block contains data. This could be transaction records, contract details, or really any kind of information. When a new transaction or piece of information needs to be added to the blockchain, it's bundled into a block. But here's where it gets interesting. For a block to be added to the chain, it needs to be validated. This happens through something called a consensus mechanism. Think of consensus mechanisms like the rules of a game. They determine how the participants agree that a block is legitimate before adding it to the chain. The most well-known consensus mechanism is called proof of work, which is what Bitcoin uses. Essentially, computers around the world compete to solve complex mathematical puzzles. The first one to solve it gets to add the new block to the chain and receives a reward. There are also alternative consensus methods like proof of stake, where validators are chosen based on how much cryptocurrency they're willing to stake or temporarily lock up as collateral. Think of staking like putting up a security deposit. The more you stake, the more likely you are to be chosen to validate transactions and earn rewards. There are several other consensus mechanisms, each offering different trade-offs between security, decentralization, and efficiency. Now, once a block is validated, it gets a unique identifying code called a hash, containing also the hash of the previous block. This creates a chain of blocks, hence blockchain. Think of each hash like a digital fingerprint. If anyone tries to alter information in a previous block, its hash would change, breaking the chain and immediately alerting everyone that something's wrong. This is why blockchain is considered immutable. Once information is recorded, it's extremely difficult to change or delete. But the real power of blockchain comes from two key features. First, decentralization. Because the blockchain exists on multiple computers around the world, there's no single point of failure and no central authority controlling everything. And second, cryptography. All the information on a blockchain is secured using advanced encryption techniques, ensuring data remains private and secure. Another revolutionary feature is something called smart contracts. These are self-executing contracts where the terms are directly written into code. Imagine buying a concert ticket, and instead of waiting in line for verification, the ticket automatically grants you entry the moment you arrive. That's the power of smart contracts. Now let's pause for a second. Have you ever wondered why banks take days to process international transfers, while crypto transactions can happen in minutes? Or why we need intermediaries for so many transactions in our daily lives? The answer lies in trust. Traditional systems require trusted third parties to verify and process transactions. Blockchain creates trust through technology instead. There are many different blockchains out there, each with its own unique features and systems. Pretty cool, right? So why should you care about blockchain? Let's look at some real-world applications that might actually impact your life. First, the obvious one. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum. These digital currencies operate on blockchain and offer a way to transfer value without banks or financial institutions. But blockchain goes way beyond just money. Take supply chain management, for example. Walmart has implemented blockchain to track food from farm to store. If there's contamination, they can instantly trace where the affected food came from. Or consider healthcare. Imagine your medical records being securely stored on a blockchain, giving you control over who can access them while ensuring they can't be altered or lost. Voting systems could benefit too. Blockchain could potentially create tamper-proof election systems, reducing fraud and increasing trust in democracy. Property records, intellectual property rights, identity verification. These are all areas where blockchain can solve real problems. Even artists and creators are finding new opportunities through blockchain with NFTs, which allow digital ownership of art, music, and other creative works. One of the most exciting developments is DeFi, or decentralized finance. These are blockchain-based financial services that operate without traditional banks or institutions. Think about it. Billions of people worldwide don't have access to banking services. With just a smartphone and internet connection, blockchain could bring financial inclusion to the unbanked. As we can see, blockchain technology offers several advantages, including enhanced security through cryptographic techniques, increased transparency and traceability of transactions, reduced reliance on intermediaries, lower transaction costs, faster processing times, and the immutability of records. However, it also faces challenges such as scalability issues, regulatory uncertainty, technical complexity, privacy concerns, and interoperability between different blockchains. The technology is still evolving, and these challenges are actively being addressed by people around the world. Now let's bust some common myths about blockchain. Blockchain is the same as Bitcoin. Bitcoin is just one application of blockchain technology. It has many other uses, such as supply chain management, healthcare, and voting systems. Blockchain is completely anonymous. Blockchain provides a degree of privacy. Most public blockchains are pseudonymous, meaning transactions are visible to everyone, but tied to wallet addresses rather than personal names. With enough data analysis, identities can sometimes be traced. Blockchain is 100% secure and can never be hacked. While blockchain is highly secure due to cryptography and decentralization, it is not invulnerable. Smart contract bugs, phishing, and other types of attacks have led to security breaches in the past. Blockchain will replace all traditional databases. While blockchain challenges traditional banking, many banks are adopting blockchain for faster settlements and security improvements. Do you see the difference? Blockchain is a groundbreaking technology, but it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. It's an incredibly powerful tool that addresses specific challenges and solves many existing problems across various industries. So what does the future hold for blockchain technology? Many experts believe we're just scratching the surface of what's possible. As the technology matures, we could see blockchain becoming as fundamental to our digital infrastructure as the internet itself. We're already seeing governments with several initiatives, banks using it for records and processes, companies building supply chain solutions, and developers creating increasingly sophisticated decentralized applications. One particularly exciting frontier is the intersection of blockchain with other emerging technologies like AI, IoT, and virtual reality. So there you have it, blockchain in a nutshell. We've covered what it is, how it works, why it matters, and where it might be headed. Whether blockchain fulfills its promise to revolutionize multiple industries remains to be seen, but one thing is certain. This technology has already changed how we think about trust, transparency, and digital ownership. If you found this information helpful, be sure to subscribe for more explainers that break down complex concepts into bite-sized, digestible pieces. Hit that like button if you learned something new, and let us know in the comments what other crypto topics you'd like us to cover next. Remember, whether you're a blockchain believer or skeptic, understanding the technology helps you make more informed decisions about the digital future we're all building together. Until next time, this is The Crypto Herd, helping you navigate the wild world of blockchain and cryptocurrency, one concept at a time.